Hello, my name is Ken Fahrenkoff, Fire Chief for Eastham Fire Department, and today I want to speak about a new life-saving resource that we were able to obtain through a grant. This is a surf rescue boat. We'll go a little bit more into the boat in a few minutes, but Eastham Fire developed a 9-member rescue swimmer team made up of the firefighter, EMT, paramedics that work here. And the first thing, of course, when you form a rescue team, especially for water, we need to make sure everybody is capable of swimming and maintaining themselves in the water for a long period of time. So everybody on the team had to go through a swim test before we did any further training. Everybody was fitted for personal protective gear, including a life jacket and dry suits with liners and those type of things. And our first training started in a pool with swimming, life-saving techniques, pulling people into boats, rolling people, all those type of things. Our next set of training we went into the ponds. Once we got the boat, we received the boat this March. It took a year to order this boat. The boat came from Spain. It's a military spec boat and built by Zodiac, and they're very difficult to get a hold of, but they're built specifically for surf operations. So our next round of training, we ventured into the surf off at Nauset Beach, which was probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. You'll see some footage of some of the shots that we did. So our big thing is to operate safely and to have people properly trained, use the proper techniques is really what we look at for the overall operation. The reason the team was formed, on the oceanside beaches for Coast Guard, Nauset Light Beach, we have limited access to those waters. If we run out of the inlet, many times we don't have water that we can get through because of the depth. So this boat is able to motor out and get to a sandbar, and if the water's shallow, hopefully be able to go over it. If not, shut down the motor on the operation and they can drag the boat over or carry it over the sandbar to get to the open water. Also on the bay side, with the common flats where we have such a long distance between the beach and the navigable water, you know, we are able to take this out there. We have a trailer, a cradle trailer with large sand tires on it. We carry this trailer on top of the boat, so it's one unit, but we take that off, put the boat on it. 4 personnel can take and drag this boat over the sandbars and till we can get to deep water. So it's a multi-use boat for both sides, for the ocean side and the bay side. It has its limitations. It's 12 foot 6 inches, has a 30 horsepower jet drive motor on it. The limitations are if we're dealing with heavy surf, we're not able to operate in those kind of waters, heavy surf. You know, probably the majority of what we get here we can operate in, but on those nor'easter storms and all that stuff, this boat isn't the boat to do that. So it does have its limitations. And the limitations basically come back to the safety factor of the personnel that are operating the boat. So a few things about the boat, we briefly talked about it, surf rescue boat, 30 horsepower jet drive motor. There is no prop on that motor, there's a turbine and a jet. And the reason for that is with a prop, if somebody fell out of the boat or we were attempting to make a rescue of somebody in the water and the boat came too close, then they could get cut by the prop. With the jet drive, it allows us to keep the spinning mechanism within inside of a casing, so there's nothing exposed to the people that are in the water or if somebody fell out of the boat. It has a fuel tank in it. It's not your normal fuel tank that you would find in a boat, a plastic one or a metal one. It's a bladder. It's like a rubber bag that we fill up. It's strapped in the front of the boat. It holds approximately 5 to 6 gallons of fuel, which will last quite a long time with this motor. But everything in this boat is built for safety and for the operation of people securing themselves. There's hand holds, foot holds, throw devices, very, very strong boat. And as you'll see in the videos, you can see what the boat goes through, and it's proven itself to be an excellent resource. We did use it last weekend on a boat, Unknown Troubles off of the bay side. The tide was out, unable to get out of Rock Harbor with our boat that we have there. The crewmate went out and checked out the boat. Luckily, it ended up being basically a boat that had been tied off that somebody thought was in trouble. But they went out and checked the boat, made sure it was okay. But we utilized this boat, and we were able to utilize it because it's able to operate in shallow waters. We're very fortunate. The training on this is very specialized training. And we're very fortunate. There's a captain that works for the Chatham Fire Department, R.J. Sylvester captain. And he's certified instructor in the surf and the rescue swimming. Chatham was nice enough to allow him to come over here and do all the training sessions for us. So I can't praise Captain R.J. Sylvester enough for the training he gave and the quality of training that he gave that 9-member team. So I want to thank him, and I want to thank Chatham Fire for allowing us to utilize their expertise. We're going to go briefly over the gear, and we'll go and talk about that. The one thing I do want to say is I want to thank Administrator Jackie Beebe for her support. As I said, this was purchased by a grant. Nothing from the taxpayers' money went into this. It was purchased by a grant for rescue reasons. Administrator Beebe was the one that pushed the grant through and obtained the funding for it. So I want to thank her for her assistance in it. I really want to thank the team that they put together. Captain Kyle Morse is the leader of that team, that 9-member team. They put a lot of time into it, a lot of effort. I've watched them during their drill time, and you'll see from the videos. These guys are good, and they do a great job. And we're looking to build on it. We're going to continue to practice. This is something that's going to have to be done. Annual practice, annual training on this thing to stay proficient.
How you doing? I'm Firefighter Capello. Our first piece of equipment is our Type 5 safety vest. They come with a strobe light and a knife in case we get entangled. We have our dry suit that comes with a fleece liner for winter operations. It keeps us warm. We have a helmet for head protection and a light so we can see at night easier. Some neoprene gloves with good dexterity, keeps our hands warm. Some boots that keep good traction in slippery and wet conditions.
Thank you, Firefighter Capello. That's basically the operation. It's basically the resource that we have, and I just want to thank everybody once again. Excuse me. Thank everybody once again for the support from the administration down to people like Firefighter Capello for becoming part of this team, spending all the time getting trained and being proficient at it, and we'll continue to provide the service that Eastham Fire does to protect the lives and property of the citizens of the town of Eastham. Thank you.